and allowing the world to see you in your moment of humbleness and gracefulness and favor. All of that is going to show. So I just want us to break those chains, those chains of I don't know, of bondagement, that try to keep us within this emotional and mental kind of like prison, by just always feeling like we need to yell and scream to the world about who we are and what we're doing because I matter so much. And it's like you do, and you don't have to say anything about it, because if you're as authentic and genuine as you're supposed to be, can nothing or nobody, no one, no situation ever dim your light like me. I'm just saying, sometimes you do have to toot your own horn, but in the same moment, it's not to be seen. Like, I don't do anything to be seen at all. Like, anytime I do anything, whether it's, something to do with style, something to do with, a picture that I post or a post that I post, information about something, I never do it. I do it with purpose. I do it with intention. But it's not an intention or a purpose of, I need somebody to see this because I want them to think of me in this particular way or see me in this particular light or whatever. It's only simply to give certain information that not everyone has access to, or to allow the conversation, the engagement that I feel like we need in the communities that we come from, that we live in, that sometimes we may not be able to have those discussions. We may not have the spaces to have those discussions. So in a way, like, social media and the media can be utilized for good, but you have to learn how to, I guess, kind of manipulate it in a way that works for the greater good of humanity and yourself. And so, again, with that being said, like, that's why I post certain things that I post, and certain things that, I post. It's not for clout. It's not for anybody to like it or say anything. I mean, do you want people to like you? Nobody wants people to hate them, or nobody wants to be hated. But in the same token, like, it's about you, but it's not completely about you, is what I'm saying. Like, you matter, but you matter and should matter to you. And whoever else doesn't recognize that and realize that, by just simply allowing you to be your unadulterated, authentic self, why do they deserve to see any greatness or goodness or favor or grace that you have going on in your life? They don't, they don't. So let's just, this week, practice and learn how to withdraw from the conditions of our now modernized world and what's the norm for everybody, and how not to stay in that place and condemn yourself to an imprisonment of stagnation, to me. Because I feel like we all have or want to have something to say or something to do so that we're seen, but we don't recognize that what really matters in this world is what we give to one another to help to make this a better place before our time here, our physical time here, is up. So I'm trying to break these little unnecessary conditions that I don't need in my life. And I just feel like we all should work on that. We really should. Like, yeah, enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Do as you please. Do as you want. Whatever makes you happy. And feel free like a bird soaring through fields of beautiful lilies and roses and other beautiful plants. Like, let's be free like that. Not in no crazy, ignorant way, but free in a way that allows you to be simply who you are, who you want to be, where you're not hurting anybody, nobody's hurting you, and you're actually uplifting yourself. And so that is helping you to uplift other people as well in certain situations. I'm just saying, like, let's get into the groove of transitioning from the nowness and into the realness of our own current lives. I feel like if we really worked on ourselves the way that we really should, the world would be such a better place. Because there may be certain things that I don't know that the next person may, know how to do or whatever, or know how to go about a certain situation in a better way than I can. And if you see me struggling, not to be on okay, well, I already been there and done it or whatever, so I think you need help. But just like, hey sis, let me talk to you. I see what you out here trying to do or whatever. Let me uplift you. Let me give you some insight or whatever. And you can take it and do whatever you want with it or whatever. But I see the greatness in you. I see the great potential in you. Let me sprinkle my little 2 cents in or whatever. And you take it for what you feel like it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt or whatever you feel like, again, it's worth. And you go from there with it. Like, I can appreciate things like that. I can appreciate those kind of, conditions of the world. Let's work on doing things like that instead of being conditioned to post videos about eating chicken sandwiches that don't taste like nothing and that's doing nothing for you but slowly killing you. And to each is his own. Like, I'm not like a meat basher person, and I don't want people to like think that. And I promise you, everything I say always comes from a place of love, and is never to be malicious or anything like that, because that's not the type of person and not the type of spirit that I have at all or whatever. Because again, I know nothing but the things that I have experienced in life and my own enlightenment. So I'm speaking from my place and point of view. This is not a, goddess knows all. This is what I've been through. This is what happened to me. This is how I see this situation. And this is what I got from this happening, or me seeing this, or experiencing this. Like, that's where I am in life. So I'm just out here trying to be better, y'all. Just trying to be my best self. And again, trying to get out of these conditions of the world that I've been going through for the past 30 years of my life. Because our folks ain't know no better. Or they did, but they were conditioned into the mindsets and the places in life, emotionally and spiritually and financially and socially, that they were and are in. And so they pass that down to us. And to me, sometimes I look at certain conditions within the world, especially within like black communities, as like generational curses. And I know they're not completely that, and I can't like just say like, oh, I feel like we've been cursed. We do, so many bad and wrong things or whatever the same way year after year, generation after generation, and we just ain't going nowhere. Because that would be a lie if I said that. Like, I feel like we are going somewhere in life or whatever, and that there has been a shift. Like, yeah, there's a lot of bad going on in the world, but there's still a lot and a bunch more of good things that are going unseen, unfortunately, and that can actually benefit humanity as a whole if we actually paid attention to things that really matter. So, that's that. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm getting text messages and stuff, and I'm trying to do the show. What else was I wanting to touch on tonight? I'm not sleepy. I'm actually chill. I'm feeling good tonight. Usually I always do a show so late, and my butt be so tired. But tonight I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a show tonight. I'm going to post it. I'm going to go through. And this one's not going to be edited. I'm just going to simply just let it be exactly what it is, and we going to float with it. That's what we going to do with this show. I'm missing my stink, y'all. I know this is so off topic, but I'm missing my stink, which is my nephew. And anybody who follows me on IG knows that I love my nephew. Something terrible. That is like my right hand man. He is like everything to me. Like every time I see him, as soon as I see him, it's like his face just lights up, and he just has so much that he needs to explain and tell me about whatever that has happened in his day with his Thomas, the friends, train sets, and what he ate, what he didn't eat, what he was going to do, and what he didn't want to do, and that he has to show me something. That's his thing now. He says, "Come here, TT. I have to show you something. Let me show you something." And he just always has something to show me, something new. And I just absolutely adore him and love him so much. And I just always pray good, amazing things over my nephew, because he is getting older. And yeah, he's only 4, but I think about his life entirely, like right now. And so when, I pray over him and I send certain vibes out into the universe, speaking on his behalf, like saying like, please, y'all, please, all the good power sources that protect and provide and guide, just keep him in the best way that y'all can possibly keep him, not away from the world, because I know that eventually he has to go out into the world and he has to experience things on his own, and I know he got a long way to go because dude only about to be 4. But with just the way that the world is now, I just really pray everything that I can possibly and potentially think of for my nephew, because he is a black child, a black boy. And that means a lot to me, when on the other hand, it can mean nothing for the next person with a different skin color, no matter what age he is. So always pray good things, good vibes over him, just because I see how he is now. And he has his own personality, and he's like his own like little person that he's becoming. And it's amazing how he just engages in conversation with people. Because unfortunately he doesn't have like a lot of like little kids right now, whatever, within his generation, like around him, except for when he goes to school. Like he doesn't have like a lot of like little cousins or a bunch of like siblings or anything like that. So he's around like adults a lot until he's at school, or until he does go to visit with like his sister. Like he doesn't have that like one-on-one child interaction after school. Like that's that's it usually until Monday comes back around. So I just enjoy talking to him in the ways that we do. Like we have a lot of fun.